Hi, it's Kathy here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's in the Cards Divination. Today's pick a pile reading is going to be answering this question: how will it turn out? Some of you may be thinking of a specific scenario in your mind that you would like to have an idea of what will happen in this case going forward. So we're going to do a pick a pile reading to try to find out how will things go for you. So for those of you who've never done a pick a pile reading for tarot or any other card divination system, you're going to pause the video and you're going to focus on whether pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3 is resonating for you. And then you will go into the description box below, and there'll be a timestamp for pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. And you can then listen to your reading and see if that resonates with you. If it doesn't, let it go. You can even check the other piles to see if any of them speak to you. If they don't, let it go. There'll be something else coming down the road for a video. All right, my dear friends, think about your particular situation and what you want to know at this time. And your reading will be in either pile 1, the rose quartz, pile 2, the sodalite crystal. Let me pull that back a bit so you can see it. And finally, and just bear with me, I'm going to try to pronounce pile 3's crystal because it's new to me. And it's called Chrysocolla. I believe that's the correct pronunciation. Chrysocolla or chrysocolla? Something to that. It's a mineral. That is a beautiful teal, green, and blue crystal. All right. Okay, my dears, pause the video and I'll see you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1. If you chose a rose quartz, then this is your reading. Okay, let's get started. Let's see what's going to happen. How's things going to turn out? The first card I pulled is the King of Swords in the reverse position. The next card is the Devil in the upright. Okay. And finally, we have the Tower in the upright. Okay. So the first thing I'm getting is that it isn't necessarily going to turn out the way you'd hoped. When we see the tower, it never, especially in the upright position, it's never a good particular outcome, shall we say. The feeling I'm getting, the sense, is there is a person in this situation, whether it is a male or female, it doesn't matter, but they are carrying this energy in this situation with you. This is representative of them. And it's extremely negative. They are someone who potentially is very critical, could even be so far as abusive in some way. They are very hurting. So if this is a relationship situation, it's very tempting to go and be with the King of Swords, or if it's a woman, the King of Swords energy, regardless whether it's a male or female situation. A relationship is a relationship. It can even be a friendship. It is very tempting. You can see how the devil in this particular picture is trying to bring you in. Okay. It's like, oh, it's going to be fine. Here, come and be with me. Everything's going to be great. And unfortunately, the Tower card is showing us that things could really go south, fall apart very quickly. And that's because the intentions are not good with this individual. They do not have good intentions towards you. It's all very surface if it is a relationship situation or a friendship or even a business arrangement of some kind. This person does not have your best interests at heart. They are in it for themselves, okay? The devil always speaks of selfish temptation to me. So he's trying to make it look like it will be good for you, but unfortunately, it's not going to work out very well. In fact, I'd say things could break down very quickly with them, and it would be a shock. It would be a really, for you, it would be very hurtful. This person is coming across as being flip side of this, the King of Swords in the upright position. Perhaps you look at them as someone who's very intelligent, very clever, seems to have their life figured out, and everything is good, but they are not. It's not what is being shown. It's like they've got a mask on. They're not showing their true colors of who they are. So there's this sense of being deceived as well in this reading. In fact, the Tower speaks volumes. I would definitely say you need to either back away from this situation because things are not going to turn out well, or at the very least, proceed with caution. And when I say caution, I just mean make sure that you have best intentions going forward, protect yourself emotionally. Don't allow yourself to get too close to this person in some way. If this is a financial situation, my goodness, do not give this guy your money. It's definitely showing as a very it has the potential to really go bad for you. So, unfortunately, and I'm sorry to say that for you, but I pulled another oracle card to see what advice they have, and I pulled the reconsider. So, if you haven't already moved into this situation, think twice about it. Reconsider doing it at all. Okay? That's pretty straightforward. I would even say that this person is very much making it look so attractive to you, this situation, which is unfortunate because what happens is it's easy for us to get drawn in because it's something we really want or it's something that is so tempting and it looks so good. Don't allow yourself to go in that direction because this situation, it's all about this person. They want it. It's going to benefit them, okay, in some way. And you don't need to be at the receiving end of getting hurt or even financially hurt or whatever situation you're asking about. It is not going to be good for you. They are trying to make it, oh, I can see it so clearly. They are trying to make it look, I was going to try to, there's an old expression. It's when you are, it's like a sheep. No, it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's the expression I was looking for. This person comes across as being very much in your favor, and they wouldn't. My mother used to use this expression, butter wouldn't melt in their mouth. They seem so nice and they seem so, wonderful and everything looks so good. Don't allow yourself to go there. In fact, I'm looking at this little owl here and I didn't even notice him. He's upside down, but don't allow your wisdom to get the best of, like, don't allow, not your wisdom to get the best of you. Don't allow him to get the best of your wisdom. Don't allow yourself to ignore what you already ignore in this situation, okay? So, my dear friends, let's pull some Kipper cards and see what Kipper has to say about this situation as well. And let me just move this up here. All right, let me see here. For Kipper, what can you also tell us about this situation here? All right, let's pull some cards here. Of course, the bad. When you have a negative, there's a bad health situation. Okay. Then we have, oh, the main male. Okay. Very interesting, especially if he's under the devil. And finally, the courthouse. Hmm. Okay. This could even be reflective of not just a necessarily a romantic relationship, although because the main male has shown up in the Kipper reading, he is representative of whatever male is important in your life. If you're a woman listening to this, if you're a male listening to this, this is representing you, perhaps. Okay. And this then would represent the other person you're asking about or the situation. Okay. So definitely, if you are this card, it's you need to take a break from this individual. You need to, it's not a healthy relationship. We know that. Whoever is involved in this relationship, if it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, and to the point where I would even go so far as for some of you, you're struggling, number one, with making that decision as to backing away from them. As well, it can also, for some of you, represent even something legally being done to get away from them, whether it's a restraining order or some other situation. There is a negative, definitely a negative. He is not good for you. Or you, if this is representing you as a male, you need to stay away from this person. It's going to cause you some real damage, okay, in some way. And I don't say that necessarily physically. It could just be emotionally, mentally, financially. Don't allow yourself to go down this road. Reconsider. Give yourself some time to think about this and be practical. Don't allow yourself to be pulled in by the lure of the devil card. All right, my dear friends, I will send this off to you, and I hope this resonated for you. And pile one, I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now. Hi, pile number two. If you chose the Soda Light Crystal, then this is your reading. Okay, let's get started here. How is this going to go for you? Now, all right, so I pulled your tarot cards. The first card I drew is the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse position. Okay, then we have the Nine of Swords in the reverse position. Finally, the Three of Wands in the upright. So, the first thing I'm getting is there is a significant female in your life, or it's not a female, it could be a male projecting this energy. Okay. So, but most likely appears to be in a female form. She is, this situation shows her in a very negative light. I won't lie to you. She is actually not somebody I would want to trust too much, especially if it's a money situation because of the pentacles, right? She appears to be somebody who's in it for her own gain, this particular situation. Looks as if you finally decided that maybe you would let go of all your worrying about it and you want to trust this person. You want to be able to trust them. Now, going forward, there is a very positive card. Right now, it's showing me as things not going well in this situation. The Three of Wands does show potential in the future for things to get better, but I don't believe it's with this person. You're not going to be able to change this situation. This is something you're going to have to let go of and move forward on your own. Okay. It shows me that you most likely will be able to, because I think the situation, what I'm feeling is basically not going to work. It's a write-off situation. But it looks like it's something that may have been going on for a little while. Let me just pull my Kipper cards and see what they say. All right, we have the Thief card. Now, and then we have the Pathway. Okay, and finally, the Marriage card. Doesn't necessarily refer to marriage, though. This could be an agreement, a promise, a commitment on their part. Okay. If it is a marriage or a relationship that it's referring to, romantic or otherwise, you've been together for some time in a commitment together. And that suddenly is been being taken away from you. And for a lot of you, this could even be referencing a split, and you're wondering how things are going to go for you. And like I say, it doesn't have to necessarily be a female you've split from. This could be representing, if you're a woman that's listening to this could be representing a man with this energy around them. They're definitely somebody that is not to be trusted. Thief tells us that they took away from you your time. Okay. They they took away you wasted a lot of time, is how I'm feeling. That's what I'm hearing. And it's an agreement that you were committed to in some fashion. And for a long time, you were worried about this, but now it shows that at a certain point, you're going to be able to move out of this on your own. I'm pretty sure this is telling me, even though there's still a commitment card here, because of the negativity of this situation going forward, I feel this is something you're going to do on your own. Three of Wands, you're committing yourself to putting plans into place, and you will. In fact, you may already have these plans in place as to what you're going to do going forward, but it's definitely doesn't appear to be with this person. They seem to be not part of the picture. I think you've been screwed over, is the expression I would have used in some fashion. Okay, so let me pull the oracle card that I wanted to see here. And it definitely says unlikely. So the outcome, whatever you're asking in this situation, is unlikely. It's not going to happen. Okay. Whether or not, whatever particular scenario is going on here in your life, because this is a general reading, so it applies to many people, you're not going to be able to get this back. Whatever this time, if it's been stolen from you, or money, or whatever the situation that's been taken from you, you've been duped. You've been fooled. This thief has taken from you important things, important, whether it's your time, your resources, your money, and you can't get that back, unfortunately. That's something that you have to sort of suck it up and move on your path forward and say, okay, this is just, it's what it is, right? But the good news is, my friend, even though this shows an unlikely um, situation as to how it's going to go with them, there appears to be this positive step for you moving forward. I think you're going to be able, and as well, even with the marriage card here, there could even be maybe down the road, you might be able to put some more plans into place. I feel you'll be on your own, but there there could even be with this person. We don't know for some of you. There might be the potential. But sometimes it's like saying, twice bitten, once shy. Do I go back? So if you end up getting hurt and you get, um, shall we say, conned, or whatever the situation is, it's not usually a good idea to go back. Okay. You are trying to get your trust back, but it doesn't seem to be good, necessarily good for you in this case. Like I mean, it's good to get your trust back, but not necessarily of this person. Trust in humankind is a good thing to get back. But in this particular scenario, it would be very hard to gain trust again. Not that it isn't impossible, it can happen, but you would have to have much more guarded circumstances if you did want to try to um, reconcile or gain trust back with this individual. So, especially if this is a business reading or some type of partnership in that respect, it's about the money. And when somebody steals money from you, it's very difficult, as I say, to get that back. But I really don't know necessarily if it is about the money. I feel like it's more about the time. There's been a lot of time has gone past, and maybe you put up with it for too long. Okay. So there is this feeling that you should have probably let this situation go a while ago. You have, or you will. You've already been putting things into place and moving forward. Okay. So that's the good news in this situation. Even though this particular one is not, it looks like moving forward is very much in a positive direction for you. All right, my dear pile two. I hope this resonated for you and you got something out of it. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye for now. Hi, pile number three. If you chose the chrysocolla mineral crystal, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and this, let me just come a little closer, is your reading. Okay. So, how are things going to turn out? Hmm. Let's see what the cards have to say about this pile three. I pulled your tarot cards, and your first card is the Ten of Wands in the reverse position. The next card is the Ten of Cups in the reverse. Ooh, two tens. Interesting. And finally, we have the Chariot in the upright. Wow, this is an easy one. It is so clear, this reading already. I'm getting messages. The You're done. You are like, I don't even know why you're asking this question, how things are going to turn out, because you are so done with this situation. It's like, okay, I'm finished. It's over. So, whatever situation you want to know about is not coming back. It's like you are finished and it's over. Your emotions have had enough. Things were not what you thought. It wasn't the fairy tale ending you'd hoped it would be. Things did not go well. And you've released all those burdens and those difficulties and everything has fallen away. And you're not going to go back to that situation again. That's the good news. Although I know it can be hurtful because sometimes if we're asking about a relationship, we often think, will we go back? Because you're still hurting, perhaps. But the Chariot in the upright tells me you are full speed ahead, my friend. There is no going back. You are about to set a new course in your life. And this is going to be a new cycle, a new situation, a new experience going forward. So if this is a relationship question, you kick them to the curb. You're done. That's it. If this is any other situation, a job, a friendship, anything, no, no, that's over. That is done. You've had enough. You were most likely taken advantage of as far as in this relationship. You were used in some way, in a lot of ways, actually. You took the bulk of the work on, you took the load, and your expectations were so unrealistic about this situation, and you definitely did not get them met at all. It's unfortunate, I know. It's not what we all want to hear, is it? Because it's sad, it hurts, right? But the good news is, look at you go. Full steam ahead. Let's see what Kipper has to say about this situation. All right, so we can get more information. We have the adjudication card. All right, this up we we have the message. Okay. And main male. All right. For those of you men who are listening to this video, this is referencing you. Okay. And this situation is also the same. It's been very difficult for you, obviously. You're moving forward now. This is a woman listening to this. This is referencing this person you were involved with, a main male in your life, predominant. If it's the romantic situation you're asking about, this is the partner, husband, whoever you were with. And or friendship, same thing. Business situation, maybe this is your boss. If it's family, could be your brother. Okay. And it's the same as far as, like I say, if it's a male who's listening to this, Kipper is very direct. This is referring to a man, or referring to yourself, I should say. Okay, so let's read this first with the idea that this is a male listening to this video, and this is referencing him. You will probably most likely, um, you may even have tried to reconcile with this person, or you're in the process, but it's not it's not going to work out. In fact, you might even go so far as if this is a romantic situation, you're probably going to be getting some good news about this situation. Not financially, sorry. I mean, document, like whether it's, say, a separation agreement or some kind of document referencing this situation here with getting advice. So it's possible that you tried to have an intermediary, but it didn't work, and you're going to be moving forward. But this is referencing the partner or husband or male friend or whoever it is. If this is a woman listening to this video, this person may possibly try to get in touch with you. They may send a message to you. In fact, it's directly in front of them, so you may have already got the message and heard from them. And they wanted to try to reconcile. That's pretty much what it's trying to say for them. But you'll have no part of it. That's what it, and if you don't, it doesn't show you. You have free will. You can if you want, but it's not in your best interest. If you look at these two tens, it's like you have completely finished with this situation. It's not going to change. It's not going to improve in this situation. And let's see what the Oracle card had to say about that. Oh, look, no. It's definitive. No. In other words, whatever you're asking about, it's not going to work. Okay, let's move this over. It's not going to change. It's not going to be reconciled. It's not going to work out. And that's the easy answer. And I know that's not probably what you want to hear because whatever you're asking about, we don't want things to go badly. But as we know, because the situation is showing such a completion of and an ending to how you feel about this person in this situation, you're done. It's like, okay, I don't need to feel bad about this anymore. In fact, I'd say a lot of you are probably not feeling that bad about it in some ways because you are now free. You've let go of all this difficulty and burdens, and you now get to move forward in a better direction. So be prepared, my dear listeners, my dear friends. You may hear from this individual soon. Be on your guard. Don't allow, I don't think you will, because these cards are showing me exactly how you're feeling about this situation. It's not a good situation. You're not going to, it's not going to get better, is what I'm trying to say, um, which is always difficult to face. It's our expectations, right? You can see by the Ten of Cups, that ship has already sailed. There's not any hope of this situation getting better. And it's no reflection on you or the other person. It's just, it doesn't work. Okay, the two of you together, it's just not going to work. Whether it's a business, friendship, coworker, relationship, this situation is not going to, it's not in your best interest to even pursue it at this point. So for the men, as I say, who are listening to this, if they message, there could be a message from the other partner, the other person, the other is a woman or a male, it doesn't matter, but they're going to try to message you as well. There's a possibility about that. Um, Trying to reconcile. That's definitely this card when I see that. In fact, they may, as I say, they may already have. So this applies to both males listening and females. Don't allow yourself or to, be wary is what I'm trying to say about this message. Because you already know the answer. That's what I'm hearing. You already know. It's like I didn't even have to pull these cards. It's like you're asking, but you already know how it's going to go, how it's going to end up. You already know that it just wouldn't be a good situation for you. Okay. But it's nice to see the cards reflecting that, in that you aren't going to question your own idea, your own belief. Okay. So, my dear friends, I know it's not easy to hear these things. It never is, because we always do harbor some hope that things maybe will change and get better. Getting better in this case is moving forward, moving away from this situation and into the future. You are starting a new cycle, file number 3, in your life, and it's a good one. Okay? So I will send this off to you, and I hope something resonated for you, and I will look forward to seeing you, pile 3, in my next reading. Bye for now.